All right, I guess. So I just got a piece by Paddy the Baddy. Now, Paddy the Baddy has had a month to think about this fight with Justin Gaethje. As a matter of fact, Paddy the Baddy rewatched his fight with Justin Gaethje. As a matter of fact, after careful reflection and rewatching the fight, Paddy has realized that the judges got it wrong. Now, no. He has not claimed victory. And no. He has not claimed that the interim championship should be his. He has claimed it as a draw. He claimed that the fight should be a draw. He actually made somewhat of an interesting case. Thought he had rounds 3 and 5, thought he grabbed one of the other ones, thought that the eye poke should have deducted a point, thus leveling the round. 2 rounds Gaethje, 2 rounds Paddy. They walk out a draw. Now, why does this strike me as funny? Well, one of my favorite stories ever is from Andy Kaufman's debut into professional wrestling. Andy Kaufman, who was a comedian and about 160 pounds, has got to take on Jerry the King Lawler, who's billed at 260 pounds. Andy Kaufman comes out and tells the media, "You think I'm scared of him? I've beat women twice his size." And then it cuts to a vignette of Andy Kaufman in like the backyard training, and he's training with some big woman and he's throwing her down. He's like pushing her face in the grass. I mean, it was this ultimate heel move. And when Paddy came out and he rewatched the tape, he was able to calm down. He was able to compartmentalize. He was able to be objective. He realized that fight should be a draw. And I just say, the argument isn't terribly bad. Like, we've all seen enough of the eye pokes and what should you do with an eye poke and should you deduct a point for an eye poke? Like that isn't wholly incorrect. In terms of going back and saying what could have happened or what could have been done in a different jurisdiction, or if I was objective and I wasn't in the fight and I was judging the fight and here's how I would have called it, it's not wholly incorrect. It's just not the way that this game is played. And eye pokes for this point in time, by the way, are a lot like the chains in football, where in theory, if you move the chains but you do it the same for the other team over the course of the game, it should come out about right. But that's how eye pokes work, right? Like one night you get poked in the eye and another night you poke the other guy in the eye and he's got to live with it, whatever the result is, but you've got to do the same. And it was just interesting that Paddy, upon further reflection, upon an objective analysis after returning home, getting a meal, calming down, letting the eye heal, sitting back, no sour grapes, came to the conclusion, not that he beat Justin Gaethje, not that he should be the champion, not that he should be next for Ilia Topuria. He came to the conclusion that it's a draw. Let's just say that we had a time machine and we could go back to that night. Would you guys like to have seen a draw? Would you like that? Would you feel that the entire point of showing up, going an odd amount of rounds, which is 5, having an odd amount of judges, which is 3, specifically so that mathematically your chances of a draw are much less? Like if you could go back in time and you had the power, would you rule it a draw? And if you did rule it a draw, what would you do next? Would you rematch them? Would you rematch them for the interim championship? I mean, listen, I'm a Paddy Mark. I enjoy Paddy the Baddy. Paddy the Baddy declaring that fight should have been a draw is the same as Andy Kaufman declaring, "I have beat women twice his size."